Hello, everybody. How are you guys? These are 5 motorists that you will surely meet in Los Angeles if you spend any amount of time here. Now, despite the image of California in general and Southern California in particular of being laid back, the number one on our list is Mr. Beeps. Mr. Beeps is anything but laid back. He may have just moved here from New York or just wishes he had New York in his soul because he's beeping constantly honking the horn. As soon as the light turns green, no matter where Mr. Beeps is in line, he's on the horn. He's on the horn, and God forbid there be any backup of traffic in Los Angeles. I know, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe, but you can bet that Mr. Beeps is going to be on the horn directing traffic with his authoritative honking because, when you honk the horn as much as Mr. Beeps does, you know what happens? People get out of the way and they move faster, okay? No, they don't. It doesn't do anything, but it doesn't matter. Mr. Beeps in his mind is making a difference, so he will continue to honk the horn at everything. Any kind of slowdown, any kind of light turning green, any kind of four-way stop, Mr. Beeps is going to be on the... Hey, those walkways where you're legally required to wait for a pedestrian? The flashing walkways. Mr. Beeps is going to be on the horn honking at you while you're slowing down to stop for the pedestrian, which is required by law. Come on, Mr. Beeps. Oh my gosh. All right, number 2 is Mr. Speed. Now, Mr. Speed, he is the guy that has to drive as fast as possible right up to every stop. It doesn't matter if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, he's going to be driving over 80 miles an hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. He's going to go as fast as humanly possible. Hey, he doesn't care about the brakes wearing down in 3 weeks, having to get new pads every 3 weeks. He doesn't care. Because Mr. Speed, it's all about showing you that he has the lead foot and the car or truck that can handle this kind of behavior, and he loves it. He loves it. In fact, he hopes one day to be able to set the 1 block speed record between your street and the next street over. He's been trying for years. And he just accelerates from a standing start. He wants to go. He's set the record of traveling at 400 yards the fastest possible using an everyday car. But then if you get it to Beverly Hills and some of these high-end areas, those cars can go very, very fast. If you have a $100,000 car, the chances are it'll travel very, very quickly. And the Mr. Speeds in those neighborhoods will drive those vehicles as fast as possible at all times. It doesn't matter the traffic load. It doesn't matter if they're in a school zone. It doesn't matter if there's kids around or dogs or families or anything. They're going to go as fast as possible because it's in their blood. And they don't care about anybody else or the car getting worn down and beat up. They're just going to get another one. Number 3 is I got my truck. I got my truck guy. He's like, my life is complete because I got my truck. Well, that's fine. I love a truck too. I'm from Iowa, okay? Everybody has a truck in Iowa. My grandmother has a truck. My grandmother had 2 trucks. She drive the pink one on Monday and the blue one on Tuesday. I mean, the trucks are part in my life. Everybody in my family has a truck. My dog has his own truck, okay? But Mr. I got my truck, I'm talking about the guy that has a truck that is $750,000 and it hasn't done a lick of work in its life. And that truck has never hauled a piece of furniture, a piece of wood, any kind of wood paneling, carpeting, cinder blocks, nothing. And the only thing that's been back there is 1 dog, and then he cut off all dogs in the back because the first dog shed, and he got a little bit of dog hair on his finish, okay? We're talking about the guy. Maybe he never takes the truck outside the city limits. This is a truck. It has 4-wheel drive. He has 7-foot high tires. He's got a suspension kit that lifts it even higher. But that truck has never been outside the city limits. It has never seen a gravel road and dirt. It has never seen a dirt road or a field or next to a riverbank. Nothing. This is a truck that goes from his condo to the expensive restaurant. They valet it. The valet probably takes that truck out mud wamping, okay, and then they spray it down before they give it back, and the truck loves it because that's what it was made for. But the owner's not doing anything with it, so the valet guys are putting like 100 and 200, 300 miles on the truck, taking it out into the muddy fields, and everybody loves it. Well, that's Mr. I Got My Truck. All right. I just ran out of things to say about it. I just stopped. Mr. I Got My Truck. All right, now listen. Okay, we all love families. We all love our family. We all know that families got 800,000 things going on, but Mr. not Mr. Typically, Ms. Range Rover Soccer Mom. The Range Rover Soccer Mom. Now look, your kids, you gotta have room for all their junk. I get it. They got the soccer balls and the softball bats and the gloves, and they got lacrosse sticks and hockey sticks. And God forbid you have a hockey player in your family. They got all that pads and skates and pucks. Hey, I've been there. I know, gloves. I get it. But do you have to have a $450,000 Range Rover to take your kid to hockey practice? All that's going to happen is the kids are going to, while they're waiting, okay, while they're standing around, they're going to be shooting hockey pucks into the side of your Range Rover. They're going to be bouncing them off of the tires, and hopefully they don't hit the metal, the body. But these kids are like 10 years old. They don't have any skills. They're going to bang up your truck. Why do you need a $469,000 Range Rover just to take your kid and their soccer ball, and the whole time they're on their iPad not listening to one thing you say about buckling up? You got those the seat belts themselves are diamond encrusted with gold trim and are worth more than a first-year education at a state school, a community college in Iowa. Okay, but it's excessive. What the thing you need with a kid, when you got kids and you're taking them to the activity, you need a vehicle that you can open the doors and spray it down with a power sprayer and let the water drain out, and then hit the air dryer and just blow air. It's easy, something easy. You don't want to be taking them out of there in what's basically a limousine with 4-wheel drive, okay? But that's Ms. Soccer Mom Range Rover driver. I'm just spitballing these guys. All right, number 5. Listen, I'm old, okay? I'm slowing down. But guys, I was there during the initial age of the muscle car. I was there. I was part of it. You didn't live until you drove around Des Moines, Iowa in some kind of loop in a black Trans Am with a giant gold eagle on the hood and gold trim all over. And if you were extra special, you had the kind that you could remove the roof over the driver and also over the passenger. It had a T-bar going down the middle. Guys, I was there. Okay? So I understand if you want to drive a muscle car. But here's the thing. From what I see, ain't but 5% of you have the ability to handle it. All I see is these muscle cars slip sliding all over the road. If you're gonna gun it, and so you can hear that engine roar, but the car is sliding around like you're in the bumper cars at the state fair because of your lack of skills and knowledge on how to handle a real automobile with some power. Well, then you need to take that back down to the dealer, turn it back in, and come out there with a Prius. Okay, because a Prius has speed, but it also is not going to scare the neighbors, and it's something you could probably handle. Or maybe a Honda Fit is more your skill. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm all for you supporting American muscle. American muscle and the power of Detroit's 8 pistons, 6 pistons thundering down the road. But guys, if you flunked out a driver's ed and you got 900 tickets and they're not for speeding, they're for driving up on the curb because your glasses are so thick you can't see straight, you need to take the keys to your muscle car and just get on the city bus, okay, and go down to the police station and just go, look, I can't handle it. I can't handle the power. And they will put you in a police vehicle and to take you to the dealership themselves. And they'll go, look, he came to us, but I know you guys sold him the car, but we're asking you as the police force, okay, if you'll just give him his money back and put him in something that's a little bit more his speed, like a Hyundai, okay? Well, you know, just take those steps yourself and don't waste the time of our police. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys, those are 5 annoying, crazy drivers you are bound to see on the streets of Los Angeles. And you probably saw some right here on this video.